Hey Kodiak, it's Megan here. I know we can't spend time doing arts and crafts in the lower rec hall this summer, so I thought I'd bring some arts and crafts to you. Today we'll start off by doing a friendship bracelet. We'll learn how to do a half chevron stitch.
Here we go! Kodiak on the water, Kodiak on the land. Feel it getting stronger every year.
So if this is the final product, what you're going to need is a pair of scissors with permission from an adult. You'll also need either tape, a safety pin, or a clipboard, something to hold the bracelet in place while you're making it. And then you'll need some embroidery thread. And for this specific bracelet, you'll need 3 different colors. I chose 3 colors that represent Kodiak, but you can choose any 3 colors that you'd like. So I have gone and cut the 3 strings 6 times the length of my wrist. So what that means is I held the string in my palm and very lightly wrapped it around my wrist to see how much room I would need for this bracelet here, with a little bit of extra room too at the end. Once you've done that and you have your string cut in one long piece like this, you fold it in half where it's even at the bottom, and then you'll have a loop at the top. And what you want to do with this loop is you want to turn it into a knot. Once you have your loop tied just like this, it's time to choose what you're going to use to keep your bracelet fastened and steady while you're tying your knots. So you can use a safety pin and attach it to your sock. You can use tape and attach it to a table or a hard surface. But today I'm going to be using a clipboard. So now that my bracelet is attached to the clipboard, what I've done is I've separated the 6 strings out like this. So in the first 3 strings, you have the 3 colors, and in the second 3 strings, you also have the 3 colors. So for this bracelet, we're only going to be going from left to right. So that means that whatever string is on the far left side here is going to be the string that you're tying your knots across every single time. So the first step is to take this string here that you know is going to be moving across the rest of the strings and make an L shape over the string that's beside it, just like this. And then you're going to tuck the string underneath and above, and you'll tie a knot. So you're going to do that twice. So now that I've tied 2 knots on this string, I'm going to move on to the next string. So I will make an L. I will feed the string underneath and above, just like that. So that's my first knot. And that's my second knot. Then you'll move on to the next string. Okay, so now that the string here is all the way on the right-hand side, what you want to do, especially at the beginning, is rearrange your strings. And now, this string here is going to be the string that you tie knots all the way across, just like this. So now that I have tied enough knots to fit the length of my wrist, I'm going to tie the final knot. So what you'll want to do is keep it attached to your tape or your clipboard or your safety pin in order to keep it taut. That way you can tie a final knot easily. tied your final knot, it's time to put it on. So what I usually do is I'll take the string after the final knot and I split it into two. Just like this. And then you can loop the bracelet up and feed 1/2 of that string after the final knot in the loop. And then you'll have something that looks like this. So depending on the size of your wrist, you want to make it tighter or bigger. Once it's on your wrist, you can tie that knot. And then you're done.